Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Richer Reviews. So, the latest of films that didn't get a wide release in theaters, didn't make much money, or found its way on the internet. The latest of these, and this time I really found a doozy for you, folks. It's called Cosmic Sin. This is co-written and directed by Edward Drake. And Edward Drake apparently has done a couple of music videos. He's also done a couple of VOD features, and this will not add him to any Marvel films anytime soon in the near future. And apparently this is set in 2524 because you're told in the beginning of the film that we will colonize Mars in about 5 years, which, quite frankly, I think to myself, why aren't we colonizing Mars? Oh yes, we're straddled on a planet that is slowly dying, but of course in every film we seem to have a functioning NASA and whatnot, and we're able to get to outer space, apparently. Basically, society advances through the stars, and of course, that leads to various things happening, and what happens when we make first contact, and of course, in this film, we do make first contact, and it's not a pleasant experience whatsoever. Now, of course, this is one of those films that you saw the trailer thinking to yourself, wow, why is Bruce Willis, why is Frank Grillo, why is Adeline Kane, what is the wrestler Lana, the guy from Sirius Burgess is a loser, all doing in this type of film? Apparently for the paycheck. Bruce Willis, who, and granted, God bless Bruce Willis, because granted, if you're watching the trailer, you're thinking to yourself, why would Bruce Willis do this? Obviously for pay. But of course, unlike, say, Nicolas Cage, who has at least found a niche doing B-level crap and at least having a fun time with it, Bruce Willis doesn't even look half the time in these B-movie films like he's having a good time. He's like, is the next Die Hard film ready to go so I can do that? The last no Die Hard film is being made. And so he plays a legendary general named James Ford, and he's one of these legendary generals that either you think is completely infamous or is a total badass for what he did on the battlefield. And basically, he's called in because apparently we made first contact. And apparently this is a parasitic species that invades your body, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And we come to learn it's a warlike species because, let's face it, every alien species is a warlike species. Now, despite being billed second to Bruce Willis, Frank Grillo is in this film for maybe 30 minutes and then disappears for roughly half the film, only appearing at the very end of the film. And then, of course, we do crash land on this planet and things go south from there. We are also introduced to the wife of the James Ford character, and she wrote a paper many years ago sort of explaining the title of Cosmic Sin. And she's like, yeah, I wrote this thing 25 years ago. And that was a thesis. But of course, alas, we made first contact. We have to eliminate the species. And therefore, congratulations. And oh yeah, Costas Matador, who is obviously in Picket Fences, and also as Detective Matthews in the last of the several Saw films, he at least has the good pleasure of having a bushy beard, so you wouldn't recognize that he was the fact that, oh yeah, I was in the last of the Saw films. And he gets to shout off one-liners. Half the cast here is shouting out one-liners. This film bookends with the bar scene, how Bruce Willis is just drinking. He must have said to himself, oh yeah, I'm reading this script, I get to drink a little bit. And also, at least the wrestler Lana, now unlike most wrestlers who are never going to be on the level of The Rock or Batista or John Cena, gets to shoot off a big-ass gun. Now, obviously, I was going to go into this thing just ripping it, and quite frankly, folks, this film deserves to be a good ripped. Of course, but the question should be asked, is this film so bad it's good? I'm close to saying that so, but also to say that this film is just worthy of, okay, I can watch this on a Friday night with the pizza and not think twice about it. They're obviously masked creatures, so therefore we don't fully see what their faces look like. I know a year or two ago we got Captive State that was a really not a good film. That year could have either been a mini-series or an hour 11 episode. This thing itself could easily have been Outer Limits or a miniseries, but alas, the material just doesn't warrant it. I mentioned also Adeline Kane's in this, who, yes, I saw Rain. Trust me, Rain sucked. But at least here she can say, hey, I was in a film that wasn't Rain. How they defeat the alien race is just sort of like, okay, that's the way to defeat an alien race. Can we collect our paychecks and go home now, folks? Sure. So yeah, folks, what I'm going to say about Cosmic Sin, I'm just going to give this an LAC when you're drunk rating. Yeah, I don't want to give it my lowest rating because that would just say I'm susceptible to anything, but hey, there you go there, folks. So, folks, Cosmic Sin, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box here below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, and subscribe, and rid yourself of knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.